The Old Man and the Small Seed. There was a man. His name was Leo. Leo lived in a small village near a big forest. Leo was not young, but he was not very old either. He was somewhere in the middle. But inside his heart, Leo felt very tired. Every morning Leo woke up. He looked at the ceiling, and he felt heavy. He did not want to get up. Leo had a small shop in the village. He sold fruits and vegetables, but his heart was not in his work. He did his work, but he did not feel happy doing it. At night, Leo would sit alone. He would think about his life. He would think, is this all there is? Every day is the same. Wake up, work, eat, sleep. Tomorrow will be the same. And the next day, and the next. Leo felt stuck. He felt like a big rock was sitting on his chest. He wanted to change, but he did not know how. He felt too old to change. He felt too tired to change. He thought, this is just my life now. One afternoon, Leo closed his shop early. The sun was warm, but Leo felt cold inside. He decided to go for a walk. He walked away from the village. He walked toward the big forest. The path was quiet. The trees were tall and green. Leo walked deeper and deeper. Soon he could not hear the village sounds anymore. He could only hear the wind in the leaves and the birds singing. After walking for a long time, Leo saw something. It was a small house. It was made of old wood. Next to the house there was a garden, and in the garden an old woman was working. She was on her knees. She was putting small plants into the ground. Leo stopped. The old woman looked up. She had a kind face. Her eyes were bright like a young person's eyes. She smiled. "Hello," she said. "It is a good day for planting." Leo smiled a little. "Yes," he said. "It is a nice day." The old woman stood up. She brushed the dirt from her hands. "You look tired," she said softly. "Not in your body, in your heart." Leo was surprised. How did she know? He did not say anything, but the old woman waited. She looked at him with kind eyes. Finally, Leo spoke. "I am tired," he said. "I feel stuck. Every day is the same. I don't know how to change. I don't know if I can change." The old woman nodded slowly. She did not laugh at him. She did not give him quick advice. She just listened. Then she said, "Come." She walked toward a small bench near her garden. Leo followed. They sat down together. The old woman pointed to her garden. "Look at this garden," she said. "What do you see?" Leo looked. He saw green leaves. He saw flowers of many colors. He saw tall plants and small plants. It was beautiful. "It is very nice," Leo said. "You have worked hard." The old woman smiled. "Yes, I work every day," she said. "But this garden was not made in one day. Do you see that corner over there?" She pointed to an empty corner of the garden. There was nothing there, just brown dirt. "I am going to plant something there tomorrow," she said. "It is a seed, a very small seed. It will take a long time to grow, many months, maybe even a year, but I will water it every day. I will make sure it gets sun. I will be patient." Leo looked at the empty dirt. He did not understand. Why was she telling him this? The old woman looked at Leo. "You feel stuck," she said. "You feel like your life is the same every day. That is because you are looking at the whole forest. You are not looking at the small seed." Leo frowned. "I don't understand," he said. The old woman picked up a small stick from the ground. She drew a line in the dirt. "Imagine this line is your life," she said. "Yesterday is behind you. Tomorrow is ahead. But you are living in today. And today feels heavy because you want to change everything all at once." She drew a small dot at the end of the line. "But change does not happen in big steps," she said. "Change happens in small steps, like planting one seed, like watering it every day. You cannot see the plant growing, but it is growing. Under the ground, the roots are growing, day by day, slowly." Leo looked at the dot in the dirt. He thought about his own life. He thought about his shop. He thought about his tired heart. "I want to change," Leo said quietly. but I don't know where to start. The old woman smiled. You start with one small thing, she said. One very small thing, something you can do every day. Something easy, something so easy you cannot say no. Leo thought. Like what? He asked. Think about your day, the old woman said. What is one thing that makes you feel a little heavy? One small thing you do not like? Leo thought for a moment. Then he said, in the morning when I wake up, I just lie in bed. I look at the ceiling, and I feel heavy. I stay there for a long time. The old woman nodded. Okay, she said. That is your seed. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not lie in bed. Just put your feet on the floor. That is all. Just put your feet on the floor. Then sit there for a moment. That is your small step. Leo looked confused. That it? He asked. Just putting my feet on the floor. Yes, the old woman said. That is the seed. If you can do that one small thing, you will feel a little different. Then, the next day, you do it again, and again. Soon, putting your feet on the floor will become easy. Then you can add another small thing. Maybe walk to the window. Maybe take one deep breath. Small steps, Leo. That is how a garden grows. That is how a life changes. Leo sat on the bench for a long time. He looked at the garden. He looked at the empty corner. He thought about the small seed that would be planted tomorrow. The sun began to go down. The sky turned orange and pink. Leo stood up. Thank you, he said to the old woman. I will try. The old woman smiled. I know you will, she said. And Leo, come back and visit the garden sometime. You can see how the seed is growing. Leo walked home. The path seemed different now. The trees still stood tall. The birds still sang. But Leo felt a small change inside. A very small change, like a tiny seed in his own heart. The next morning, Leo woke up. The sun was coming through his window. For a moment, he started to do what he always did. He started to lie there. He started to look at the ceiling. He started to feel heavy. But then he remembered. The old woman, the garden, the seed. He took a deep breath, and he put his feet on the floor. That was it, just his feet on the cold floor. He sat on the edge of his bed. He felt strange, but also a little proud. He had done it. He had done the one small thing. The next day he did it again. Feet on the floor. Then he sat for a moment. Then he stood up. The next week he added another small thing. After putting his feet on the floor, he walked to the window. He opened it. He took one deep breath of fresh air. Every day he did these small things. They were easy. Anyone could do them. But for Leo, they were like watering the seed. After a few weeks, Leo noticed something. Mornings did not feel so heavy anymore. He still felt tired sometimes, but the big rock on his chest felt a little smaller. One day, he decided to visit the old woman again. He walked through the forest. He found her small house. He found her in the garden. She was on her knees again, working in the dirt. But this time, she was working in the corner, the empty corner. Now, there was a small green thing, a tiny plant, just coming out of the ground. Leo smiled. He felt happy looking at it. The old woman saw him. She smiled too. You came back, she said. Look, she pointed to the tiny plant. The seed is growing. Leo nodded. I am trying, he said. I am doing the small things. Every morning, I put my feet on the floor. Then I go to the window. It feels better. The old woman stood up. That is good, she said. You are learning the secret. The secret is not to try to change everything. The secret is to change one small thing, and then another, and then another. Slowly, your whole life changes. But you must be patient. You must be kind to yourself. Leo sat on the bench. He watched the old woman work. She moved slowly, carefully. She did not rush. She loved her garden. Can I help? Leo asked. The old woman looked at him. Her eyes were bright. Yes, she said. You can help me water the plants. So Leo did. He took a small bucket of water. He walked slowly through the garden. He poured water at the base of each plant. He was careful. He was gentle. While he worked, he felt something. He felt calm. He felt present. He was not thinking about yesterday. He was not worrying about tomorrow. He was just here, in the garden, with the plants, with the old woman. Months passed. Leo visited the old woman often. He helped her in the garden. He learned about different plants. He learned about patience. He learned that growth takes time. You cannot rush a seed. You cannot pull the plant to make it grow faster. You just have to water it, and wait, and trust. In his own life, Leo kept doing small things. He started to change small things in his shop. He rearranged the fruits and vegetables. He made the shop look nicer. He smiled at customers more. He started to feel proud of his work. One day a customer said to him, "Leo, your fruits look so fresh today, and you seem happier." Leo felt warmth in his chest. It was a small thing, but it felt big. He realized something. When he changed small things inside himself, the world outside started to look different. The village looked brighter. The people looked friendlier. His work felt more meaningful. He was not stuck anymore. He was moving, slowly, like a plant growing toward the sun. One evening, Leo went to visit the old woman. It was a special day. He wanted to thank her. He brought her a small gift, some fresh apples from his shop. When he arrived at the garden, he stopped. He could not believe his eyes. The corner that was once empty, the corner where the small seed was planted, it was now full of beautiful flowers, tall flowers, red, yellow, and purple. They moved gently in the wind. The old woman was sitting on the bench. She was looking at the flowers. She looked peaceful. Leo walked to her. He sat beside her. They sat in silence for a while, just looking at the flowers. Finally, Leo spoke. "It is beautiful," he said. "From one small seed." The old woman nodded. "Yes," she said, "from one small seed, and many days of watering, and patience, and love." She turned to look at Leo. "You are like this garden, Leo. You were a seed that felt stuck in the dark dirt. But you did not give up. You did the small things. You watered yourself every day. And now look at you. You are growing. You are blooming." Leo felt tears in his eyes. Not sad tears. Good tears. Tears of gratitude. "Thank you," he whispered. "You taught me how to change." The old woman shook her head gently. "No," she said. "I just showed you a seed. You did the work. You put your feet on the floor. You opened the window. You took small steps. You changed your own life." They sat together until the sun went down. The sky turned orange, then pink, then purple. The flowers danced in the evening wind, and Leo felt at peace. Leo's life continued. He still worked in his shop, but now he worked with joy. He still woke up every morning, but now he woke up with purpose. He still had hard days. Everyone has hard days, but on hard days he remembered the garden. He remembered the small seed. He remembered that even on cloudy days, the seed is still growing under the ground. He visited the old woman less often now. She was getting older, but whenever he visited, they sat on the bench. They looked at the garden together. They did not need to talk much. The garden said everything. One day, Leo went to visit, but the old woman was not in the garden. He found her inside her small house. She was in bed. She looked very tired, but her eyes were still bright. She smiled when she saw Leo. "Ah, my friend," she said softly. "Come sit with me." Leo sat beside her bed. He held her hand. It felt thin and light. "The garden is beautiful," Leo said. "The flowers are big and bright." The old woman nodded slowly. "The garden will always be there," she said, "but I will not be in it for much longer." Leo felt his heart hurt. He did not want to lose her. The old woman saw the sadness in his eyes. "Do not be sad, Leo," she said. "I have lived a long life, a good life, and I have taught you what I know. Now you must take care of the garden." Leo looked at her. "Maine?" he asked. I don't know how to take care of it like you do. The old woman squeezed his hand. You know, she said, you have watched me for many months. You have helped me. You have learned. You will make mistakes, but that is okay. The garden will teach you. Just listen to it. Be patient with it. Love it. The old woman passed away a few days later. The village was sad. Leo was very sad. He lost his friend. He lost his teacher. But he did not forget her words. He went to the garden. He stood there for a long time. He looked at the flowers. He looked at the bench. He looked at the empty corner, which was now full of life. Then he got to work. He kneeled on the ground. He started to pull small weeds. He watered the dry spots. He talked to the plants, just like the old woman used to do. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Leo took care of the garden every day. It was hard work, but it was good work. It made him feel close to the old woman. It made him feel peaceful. Sometimes people from the village would visit. They would walk through the garden. They would say, Leo, this place is magic. It feels so calm here. It feels so alive. Leo would smile. He would tell them about the old woman. He would tell them about the small seed. He would tell them about putting his feet on the floor. He would tell them that change comes from small steps. Some people listened. Some people did not. But the ones who listened, they started to make small changes in their own lives. They started to plant their own seeds. And slowly the village became a little brighter, a little kinder, a little more alive. Years passed. Leo became an old man. His hair turned gray, his hands became slower, but his eyes were bright, just like the old woman's eyes. Every morning, he still put his feet on the floor. He still opened the window. He still took a deep breath. Then he walked to the garden, and he worked, slowly, carefully, with love. One morning, a young boy came to the garden. He looked sad. He sat on the bench. He stared at the ground. Leo saw him. He walked over slowly. He sat beside the boy. You look tired, Leo said softly. Not in your body, in your heart. The boy looked up. His eyes were wet. I feel stuck, the boy said. School is hard. Friends are hard. Everything is hard. Leo smiled. He remembered those words. He remembered feeling that way so long ago. He pointed to a small corner of the garden. A corner that was empty, just brown dirt. Do you see that corner? Leo asked. The boy nodded. Tomorrow, I'm going to plant a seed there, Leo said. A very small seed. It will take a long time to grow, but I will water it every day. I will be patient, and one day it will become a beautiful flower. The boy looked at the empty dirt. He did not understand. Leo looked at the boy with kind eyes. You feel stuck, Leo said. That is because you are looking at the whole forest. You are not looking at the small seed. Tell me, Leo said gently, what is one small thing you can do tomorrow? One very small thing? The boy thought. He thought for a long time. Then he said, maybe I can just get out of bed, instead of staying under my blanket. Leo nodded slowly. A warm feeling spread through his chest. He felt the old woman's spirit right beside him. That is a good seed, Leo said. Tomorrow, just put your feet on the floor. That is all. That is your first step. The boy looked at Leo. Then he looked at the empty corner of the garden. A tiny smile appeared on his face. Just a tiny one. But it was there. And that is the story of Leo, and the old woman, and the garden, and the small seed. It is a story about you too. It is a story about all of us. Sometimes life feels heavy. Sometimes we feel stuck. Sometimes we want to change everything, but we do not know how. But the secret is this. You do not have to change everything today. You do not have to climb the whole mountain in one step. You just have to plant one small seed. You just have to do one small thing. Put your feet on the floor. Open the window. Take one deep breath. Smile at one person. Read one page of a book. Write one sentence. Walk for 5 minutes. Drink one glass of water. That is your seed. Water it every day. Be patient. Be kind to yourself. Trust the process. The roots will grow, the plant will come, the flowers will bloom, not tomorrow, not next week, but in time, in its own time, in your own time. You are not too old to change. You are not too tired to grow. You are not too stuck to move. You are a seed, and seeds are made to grow. If you like this story, please click the like button. It helps more people find stories like this. And if you want to hear more stories that help you learn English and feel motivated in life, please subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new story. Share this story with someone you love. Maybe they need to hear it too. Maybe they need to remember that small steps can change a life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, just put your feet on the floor tomorrow. One small step. That is all it takes. Goodbye for now. See you in the next story.